Good morning. Okay, right. Today we have to do a lecture on health and safety management. So we are supposed to learn this topic also. For the last batch, we could not do this one. But for you, we decided to do this one, health and safety management, which is a very broad topic, within this limited time, I expect to deal with all the plan aspects of this topic. So these are the objectives which you are supposed to achieve. Right. Then definition. There are two terms here, very important two terms. Health, the first term. The second term is safety. Health, saukya. Safety, arakshani. Health and safety are closely related two terms. So normally we use both terms together, but theoretically, there's a difference between the two terms. There's a difference between the two terms which you are supposed to learn. So then what is health? You can see here a definition. Health can grossly be defined as a state where physical and mental problems which impair general and special activities of a person do not exist within that person. Now you think of yourself. So then what is your health? That is a state where physical and mental problems are not exist within you. If there are physical and mental problems, they impair or they disturb, they hamper general and special activities of you, done by you. You can saman activities තියෙනවනේ. ඒ වගේම විශේෂ activities ක්‍රියාකාරකම් තියෙනවා ඔබ කරන. දැන් දවසේ උදේ නැගිට වෙලේ ඉඳලා නිින්දට යනකම් ඔය ක්‍රියාකාරකම් කරනවා. ඒකට තව විශේෂ ක්‍රියාකාරකම් කරනවා. ඒකට ඒවා කිරීමට අදාළ ඒ කියන්නේ ඒවා නවත්තනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒවා වල ඒවා කරන්න බැරි වෙනවා. බැරි කරනවා. If you have physical and mental problems, භෞතික සහ මානසික ගැටලු. Okay, so then as far as this topic is concerned, I am teaching the health of employees who are working for a particular organization. So therefore, that is industrial health. That is industrial health. Karmika saukya. Also, occupational health is an alternative term. Vruttime saukya. And employee health. Sevadayaka saukya. Right. Then there is a world organization, namely the World Health Organization, WHO. Loka Saukya Samvidhana. What is the definition given by that organization for health, the term health? You can see health as a state of complete physical and mental and social well-being. Social well-being. Can purna භෞතික මානසික සහ සමාජීය ස්වස්ථතා well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Infirmity is, that's a serious weakness. So disease, රෝගය. කියන්නේ රෝග දුර්වලතා නොමැති තත්වයක්ම නෙවෙයි. ඊටත් වඩා වැඩිම දෙයක් සෞඛ්‍ය යන පදයෙන් අදහස් කරනවා. ඒ නිසා භෞතික වශයෙන්ුත්, ඒ වගේම මානසික වශයෙන්ුත්, ඒ වගේම සමාජීය වශයෙන්ුත් ඇතිවෙන සුවතාව, ස්වස්ථතාව තමයි සෞඛ්‍ය යන්නේ අදහස් කරන්නේ. So it is not possible to say that a certain employee is healthy due to the mere fact that he or she is not suffering from illnesses or is strong. Assume at the moment you are not suffering from any disease. You are strong. You may be healthy, you may not be healthy. Exactly, I can't say that you are healthy. So a healthy employee, is an employee who has physical, mental, emotional well-being that enables him or her to perform tasks, duties, responsibilities of the job efficiently and effectively. A healthy person can physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So that will enable, that person to perform tasks, duties, and responsibilities of the job efficiently and effectively. So if you are healthy, then you have, several courses now you are supposed to follow. Then in the near future, there will be an examination for which also you have to be, yes, get ready and you have to face. Okay, so then if you have the physical, mental, and emotional well-being, that will enable you to, perform, learning, examining all these things. Then you are healthy. So healthy employee is fit and also robust. So what do you mean by robust? Healthy employee, robust. Robust means, strong, vigorous, full of energy. Okay, right. Then employee health can be divided into two aspects. Physical health, bhautika saukya or saririka saukya, physical. That is more related to human body rather than to human mind or emotions. So it is bodily well-being of the employee. So therefore, it is a state where physical diseases, ailments do not exist within the employee. So what is mental health? That is more related to human mind and emotions rather than to human body. It is psychological well-being of the employee. So the manovidyatmaka swasthata, manasika swasthata, suvatava. So it is a state where mental diseases do not exist. Manasika ledroku nopavathina tattva. Okay, then now what is safety? Safety, safe kila podna gadala again safety kila kina safety kina kadamai vada niveradi pronunciation. Okay, so arakshav kila dama single engyan. So safety refers to protection of the physical health of people. Again, pudgalinge bautika saukya araksha kirima tamai arakshav. So it is the protection of employees' physical health from the danger of accidents. So basically, there are accidents. Mainly, there are accidents in an organization, in a working environment. So therefore, these accidents, might kill employees. So therefore, there's a serious need of protecting employees' physical health from these accidents. That is safety. Employees have to encounter dangers and risk due to the employment. So there's a possibility of occurring accidents at work. Yes, of course. Even in a service organization, in a manufacturing organization, the possibility is high. In general sense, safety means protection of the physical health of employees from accidents at work. So the samanya arthen අනතුරු වලින් ඒ කියන්නේ වැඩවලට අදාළ ඒ කියන්නේ වැඩෙහි පවතින අනතුරු වලින් රැකියාවේ ඇති අනතුරු වලින් සේවාදායකයාගේ භෞතික ශාරීරික සෞඛ්‍ය ආරක්ෂා in a broader sense උළුල් අර්ථයෙන් ගත්තාම safety involves protecting employees physical health from accidents and possible hazards. There are other hazards also, not only accidents, such as occupational diseases and job stress. Rakia Atatiya Ayase Kilakatya. You have heard about that, more likely. Yes. Then also, like industrial health, here also industrial safe, Karmika Saukya Tamayapi, again. Also, alternative terms are occupational safety, Vruttime Araksha, then employee safety, Seva Dayaka Araksha. Right, then what is health and safety management? Look at this definition. Health and safety management. To all the activities involving protecting and promoting physical and mental health of the employees so that they can perform jobs efficiently and effectively. Health and safety management refers to all the activities involved in protecting and promoting physical and mental health of the employees so that they can perform jobs efficiently and effectively. Again, කාර්යක්ෂම සහ සඵලව සේවාදායකයන්ට සිය රැකියා කටයුතු ඉටු කරනුවස් සේවාදායකයන්ගේ ශාරීරික හා මානසික සෞඛ්‍ය ආරක්ෂා කිරීම, එවැගේම වර්ධනය කිරීම යනාදී අදාළ සියලුම කටයුතු සෞඛ්‍ය සහ ආරක්ෂක කළමනාකරණයෙන් අදහස්. Health and safety management. So it endeavors to ensure good industrial health and safety to each employee of the organization. Each employee of the organization. So it involves formulating, sampadane karana, implementing, ක්‍රියාත්මක කරනවා, and maintaining a sound system of health and safety. කියන මනා පද්ධතිය. සෞඛ්‍ය සහ ආරක්ෂා පිළිබඳ මනා පද්ධතිය. So as to achieve organizational goals while helping the employees to achieve their personal goals to a possible extent. You know that employees have personal goals. So then the organization has to help employees to achieve those personal goals. That is also there while utilizing them in order to achieve organizational goals. Right, there are programs or schemes of employee health and safety. So then the organization has to plan them, organization has to organize them, organization has to staff them, organization has to direct them, and organization has to control them. So health and safety programs, schemes are to be planned, are to be organized, are to be staffed, are to be directed, and are to be controlled. So under health and safety management, those programs are planned, organized, staff directed, and controlled. Health and safety. Right now, what is the importance of health and safety? Occupational health and safety. Well, you know, normally the HRM, so if you take HRM that attempts to, primarily to provide the organization with the right workforce, the right workforce that gives the maximum individual contribution, also team contribution to achieve organizational goals. So in order to obtain maximum contribution from the workforce, the employee force, of course, they must be, or it must be, healthy, mentally as well as physically. මානව සම්පත් කළමනාකරණයෙන් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ උපරිම පෞද්ගලික දායකත්වයක් සංවිධාන පරමාර්ථ ඉෂ්ට කර ගැනීමට දෙනු ලබන සේවාදායක හමුදාව, සේවක හමුදාවක් ජනිත කිරීම, ආයතනයට ඇති කිරීම. එතකොට උපරිම දායකත්වයක් සේවකයන් ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ ඒ සේවකයෝ මානසික වශයෙන් භෞතික වශයෙන් නිරෝගී වුණොත් පමණයි. නිරෝගී වුණොත් පමණයි. So therefore, employees need to be healthy in order to work. Therefore, to protect and health and safety is, advantageous. It has many advantages to the employee and also to the employer. Right thoughts, නිවැරදි සිතුවිලි, correct decisions, නිවැරදි තීරණ, positive attitudes, ධනාත්මක ආකල්ප, commitment to work, වැඩට කැපවීම, cooperation, සහයෝගය, all these things, do not occur within an unhealthy employee. They occur within a healthy employee. Therefore, it is essential, indispensable, අත්‍යවශ්‍ය, that the employee possesses a good mental health. Right. Once the Buddha, the incomparable Buddha, preached as Arogya Paramalabha, meaning health is the best gain. Best gain. So it is indispensable to have a healthy workforce for organization success, also progress of organizational success. Ayatane sarthakatve pragatiyata avashyam. Right, now look at figure 17.1. 17.1. Have a serious look at this. So you can see here, okay, what does the figure show? Employee well-being for higher job performance. If there is employee well-being, more likely we can get higher job performance. So there's a strong relationship between employee well-being and job performance, job positive relationship. Right, you can see here employee well-being. Employee well-being. Then what will happen? Employee well-being. Sevaka nirogi bhav. Then that will lead to, this will lead to sound mental well-being. Mana manasika yogyatave. Also, this will lead to sound physical well-being. Mana sariri yogyatave. Then sound mental well-being will result in what? Making correct decisions and ensuring good expected behavior. Again, nivaradi tirana ganima. Apexis charyav ativen. Making correct decisions is very important, essential to achieve goals. And also engaging in expected behavior, which is good. It is also essential. So if there is no mental well-being, we can't expect correct, making correct decisions from employees. They don't engage in good expected behavior. They engage in unexpected, bad behavior. If they are not, mentally fit, mentally, yes, well, if they are not, right, then sound physical well-being will result in this. What are they? Physical energy, Kaika Shakti, speed, vege, endurance, persistence, and flexibility, to do correct functions. So therefore, in order to do correct functions, physically these things should be there. Physical energy, speed, endurance, resistance, and flexibility. Even for you also, in order to learn properly, in order to get best of our lectures, best of our videos, best of our notes, you must have physical energy. Speed should be there, certain speed. Then endurance should be there, persistence should be there. To a certain extent, flexibility should be there. Those things come from sound physical well-being. And then both, then what will happen? Both will lead to higher job performance. But also okay, right. Then as far as working environment or the work environment is concerned, there are two aspects of the work environment. Answer, again, Rakya, Parisare answer dekakti, Pati dekakti. First one, the physical aspect, Bautika Path, Anse. And the second one, the socio-psychological aspect, Samaja Manasika, Anse. According to Professor Schuller and according to Professor Youngblood, yes, both. Then both aspects have hazards, Padra, affecting employee health and safety. The physical aspect has two things, diseases and accidents. And the socio-psychological aspect has another two things, low quality of work life. And organizational stress. Sangvidhana mein ayase, aatati. Okay, now look at figure 17.2. Look at this one. That shows hazards from the two aspects of the work environment and consequences. And consequences. Consequences කියන්නේ ප්‍රතිවිපාක කියන්නේ ප්‍රතිඵල outcomes කියලා අපි කියමු. Yes. Then you can see here physical hazards, environmental hazards, physical aspect, occupational accidents. The occupational accidents in some other way, what will happen because of occupational accidents? Loss of hearing and eyesight. Again, ශ්‍රවණය නැති වෙනවා. අහිමි වෙනවා. Eyesight, පෙනීම නැති වෙනවා. The loss of body parts, ශරීර අවයව අහිමි වෙනවා. Then cuts, තුවාල මේ වගේ දේවල් මේවා. I have no time to give all the singular words for all these words. Please understand, time is very limited today. I have to cover certain things which will need definitely 2 hours. Yes, 2 hours, but I will try to do this. Normally we are supposed to get 1 hour and 30 minutes, but level best I will try. Okay, then the loss of hearing and eyesight, loss of body parts, cuts, sprains, bruises, then broken bones, burns, electric shocks, death, viduli company, electric shocks. Occupational diseases, what are they? Cancer, asthma, then poisoning, wasabim. Then respiratory disorders, skin diseases, charma rog, eye diseases, asa sambandha rog. Then reproductive diseases, prajananabad, right? Then go to now socio-psychological aspect, low quality of work life, and also occupational strength. Both I have taken together. Originally, this model was developed by Professor Stuhl and Youngblood. So then, to a certain extent, I modified, and very useful figure. Please study seriously. Then occupational stress, low quality of work life, they will lead to occur these things, create these things: dissatisfaction, atrupti, apathy, mandosahaya, confusion. Confusion confusion andamanda vime confusion. What you are confused. If you are confused, patalila upset, confused. Then tension, asahane, negligence, then frustration, apeksha bangatve. Okay, so then patalili saita confusion, right? Intention, negligence, disorder, right? These things, will happen if there is low quality of work life, if there is occupational stress. All these things ultimately, result in these bad things, bad consequences, high medical cost, high compensation. High legal cost, discipline, decline of goodwill. Accident and high turnover, people resign, employees resign. Then high absenteeism, they become absent. Then low job satisfaction, they don't get satisfaction, pleasure by doing the job because very hazardous. Then low job involvement because they have fear. The low citizenship behavior, they don't love the organization, they don't do voluntary actions. Citizenship behavior කියලා කියන්නේ voluntary actions. ඒ කියන්නේ හිතාමතා කරන ඒවා සෝ කැමැත්තෙන් කරන දේ. ආයතනය වෙනුවෙන් සෝ කැමැත්තෙන් යම් දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන්. සේවාදායකයන්. ඒකට ඒවා වැටෙන්නේ citizenship behavior. ඒ කියන්නේ පුරවැසි චර්යාව කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. අනාගතයේදී තව ඉගෙන ගන්න ලැබෙයි under organizational behavior the subject. you will have to learn citizenship behavior in future. Right? Then low efficiency, low effectiveness, low productivity. All these are bad things. So then if you want to have high productivity, high effectiveness, high efficiency, high citizenship behavior, high job involvement, high job satisfaction, low absenteeism, low turnover, then all these, we have to remove these things, occupational diseases. We have to avoid low quality of work. Instead of low quality of work life, we have to have high quality of work life. Instead of occupational stress, we have to have occupational satisfaction. Okay, right. So therefore, I hope you can understand the importance of health and safety management. So if health and safety management is bad, then you can, experience these things. The organization will have to experience these things. सौख्य आरक्षक परिपालन असार्थकुनु मे वगे नोयकुत अहितकर प्रतिफल ऐति वेनु. Right. Okay, then the cost in terms of human lives and money may be enormous. जीवित हानि ए वगेම මුදල් නාස්ති ඒ වගේ අතිවිශාල ප්‍රමාණයක් සිදු වෙන්න පුළුවන් if we don't have proper employee health and safety management. Right. Then two important steps of management of employee health and safety are or include understanding hazards and factors affecting occupational health and safety. Again, pradhana piyawara dekak. තුනක් නෙමෙයි දෙකක්. Two important steps. සෞඛ්‍ය සහ ආරක්ෂක කළමනාකරණය. පළවෙනි එක තමයි understanding hazards and factors affecting occupational health and safety. ඒ කියන්නේ උපද්‍රව සේවක සෞඛ්‍ය ආරක්ෂාවට බලපාන උපද්‍රව සාධක තේරුම් ගන්න ඕන, අවබෝධ කරගන්න. That is one important thing of management of employee health and safety. Then another step, second step is formulating and implementing strategies which generate and improve the occupational health and safety. Can වෘත්තීය සෞඛ්‍ය ආරක්ෂාව ජනිත කරන්න, වර්ධනය කරන්න, අදාළ වෙන උපක්‍රම සම්පාදනය කිරීමත් ක්‍රියාත්මක කිරීම. ඒතර ඔය දෙක තමයි දැන් විශේෂයෙන් යම් ප්‍රමාණයකට කාලය අනුව පන්ති අවශ්‍යතාවය අනුව අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ. So according to the needs of the class, depending on the time available to us, now I am going to teach, you are going to learn these two steps in detail. Hazards and factors affecting health and safety. Right. Occupational accidents. There are occupational accidents again. The වෘත්තිමය අනතුරක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? An occupational accident can be defined as a sudden event. It is a sudden event. ඒ කියන්නේ හදිස්සියේ සිදුවන දෙයක්. වෘත්තීය අනතුරක් කියලා කියන්නේ හදිස්සි සිදුවන දෙයක්. හදිසි සිදුවීම which causes a physical injury or physical injury or physical injuries to an employee or two employees or more working on the employment in the organization. Can I තුවාල සිදු කරන තුවාලයක් තුවාල එක් පුද්ගලයෙකුට පුද්ගල කීප දෙනෙකුට සිදුවයි. ඇති කරන. Right. It is an unexpected occurrence. Normally accidents are not expected. They happen in an unexpected way and an unexpected time. At an unexpected place. It's also possible. Then, causing bodily harms to an employee or employees. Okay, right. So it is, of course, a detrimental event that is not planned to occur. Nature of an accident may vary from industry to industry. Okay, you can see here, so before learning types of industrial accidents, which are in figure 17.3. So I'm going to tell you, okay, I'm going to show you some pictures. So this is the figure, this one. 17.3 types of industrial accidents. But before that, have a look at these pictures. Falling, striking, striking. All right. So without my words, I hope you can understand an unfortunate situation. This person, got injuries because of an accident. Luckily, there is another person helping, calling to get helps. You can see, unfortunately, there's a machine here. The machine, gets the part of the arm, hand. Very unfortunate, unexpected, detrimental, dangerous. This person is helping to get the hand, but of course already damaged. You can see here the blood. Occupational accidents, some examples. Explosion, pickering. Normally in labs, explosion is possible. In manufacturing labs, using chemicals and other. Then fall, then animal attack also, that is also an accident. Then poisoning, wasabi. Then falling object, unfortunately. Then human attack, that is also an accident, human attack. Okay, an accident that is work related. Okay, now go to this figure, 17.3 types of industrial accidents. Karmika Anaturu Varga. Karmika Anaturu Varga. Have a serious look. Try to understand. Try to understand. Industrial accidents. Industrial accidents. Basically, there are two types: major accidents and minor accidents. Pradhanevai, Suluyevai. Okay, then major accidents. Again, Sulutuala Tivineva, small injuries. Then the employee, the relevant employee has to get treatments for injuries, and then within few hours, the employee will be able to work. Or after 1 day or after 2 days, after 1 week, the person will be able to work. Major accidents. So normally, yes, major. Fatal accidents, Maraniya, Maranti, Sadhi, Anaturu, resulting in death. Resulting in death. The non-fatal accidents. Non-fatal, Maraniya, Marani Siddhavi Nati Anaturu. Disablement. 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 What is disablement in Sinhala? Aposakam. Belahina Kiri. The employee will be not able, will not be able to work as usual because of the accident. That is disablement. No ability to work as usual because of the accident. Then temporary, okay, there are two types of this. Temporary disablement, permanent disablement, if the employee's disablement will never get recovered fully. Disablement permanent. Temporary disabled. That's a cure. But it takes a certain time. At a future time, the employee will be able to perform as usual. That is temporary disablement. And temporary disablement to permanent disablement, both have two types again: partial disablement, total disablement. partial, arda belahina kirim. Arda aposakta. May can bargain. Then due to a total disablement, to take total disablement, it is impossible for the employee to engage in any employment which he or she was capable of performing at the time of the accident. Now the employee cannot work, total disablement. Then the employee's earning capacity got lost. The employee loses his or her earning capacity fully. Then sali upegan vidyanne, asawagan vidyanne because of total disablement. The partial leki the barget sampurning veda the bank. As usual, the employee cannot perform fully. The partial, the employee can perform certain things, only certain things. So then please understand, then the danger of industrial accidents. Right. Then due to an accident, what are the basic harms? Right. You can see here there are 3. Damage to the body resulting in disability of performing the job temporarily. Then second one, damage to the body resulting in disability of performing the job permanently. Then the damage resulting in loss of whole body or death. 3 basic harms. Right. Then it is not possible to estimate the cost of these damage, especially 2 and 3, financial. So what are the 2 and 3? These are permanent body damages and the death. Financially, it is not possible to estimate the loss, the cost. However, there are certain costs. What are the cost of the accident or of an accident? Indeed, they are enormous. They cause damages which result in cost directly as well as indirectly. So therefore, there are 2 types of cost of accidents: direct cost and the indirect cost. What are the direct costs? They are usually, direct cost, we can measure finance relatively. Right. What are the compensation? The one they are given. According to Sri Lankan labor law also, if an employee meets with an accident on the job, then the organization is responsible for giving a compensation. The රැකියාව මත සේවකයෙක් වැඩ කරනකොට accident එකක් ඇති වුණොත් වන්දි ගෙවන්න ඕන. වන්දි ගෙවීමට නීතියෙන් බැඳී සිටිනවා. එහම වන්දි ගෙවෙ නැත්නම් ආයතනය වැරද්දක් කළා වෙනවා. So the compensation given to the injured employee or his or her family in case of death, the medical expenses for recovering the injured, vaidya vyeda, then expenditure of repairing or replacing tools and equipment damaged due to the accidents. The accident again, the equipment, tools ever damaged velana, we have the expenditure of repairing or replacing, repurchasing. Then expenditure of procuring a new employee on behalf of the disabled employee. The opposite tattira pattu sevake අපි તો මාස 6ක් වැඩ ඉන්න බෑ. එතකොට ඒ වෙනුවට අලුත් සේවකයෙක් ගන්න වෙනවා. For that also the company will have to cost. Then expenditure of training the new employees. The loss of production of the injured employee due to the accidents. නිෂ්පාදනය අහිමි වීම. Because of the injured, accident, the injured employee cannot perform. Right. What are the indirect costs? Indirect costs. They are hidden cost owing to the accidents. According to Professor Aswathappa, the indirect costs are 3 to 4 times higher than the direct cost. You can reduce it on a period. Very period. You can 4 times. Indirect cost. So indirect costs are relatively more difficult to measure financially. Some examples. Time is spent by the employees to help the employee who met with an accident. And Kale, helpers like the may look at this one. Here there is a helper. this one. Then his time lost. He cannot perform. While helping this person, he cannot perform the job as usual. That is gone. That is gone. That is an indirect cost. Okay. Then stress and decline morale of other employees who have witnessed, who are aware of the accidents. Then some are shocked, you know, some people get shocked because of seeing the accident through the naked eyes. So they were stress accident. It was a decline morale. Time, energy, and money needed to record accidents and consequences. The accidents, you know, local accident happened. Lanka within Kamkar Niti and then they know Labor Department. Other commissaries at then if there's a serious, you know, accident happened in an organization, and according to Sri Lankan labor law, that accident has to be informed to the Labor Commission, and also records have to be maintained for such things, you know. The time is needed, energy is needed, money is needed. Right. Then the loss of time and energy of superiors who had to assist the injured employees. Then cost of time, energy, and money on investigations of accidents, informing Labor Department, infections by labor officers, dealing with insurance. The insurer attendance at court hearing. Court. Okay, so these are some examples of indirect cost. So I hope now you can understand the importance of management of accidents. Right. Now, the best thing to manage accidents is to know the causes of accidents. If you know the causes of accidents, you will try to remove them. Accident accident වල බලපාන සාධකද හොයාගන්න. හේතු හොයාගන්න. හේතු හොයාගත්තට පස්සේ accidents නැති කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඇතිවීම නැති කරන්න පුළුවන් බොහෝ දුරට. Right, now go to exhibit 17.1, causes of occupational accidents. 5 categories are there. Causes related to machines. Not 5, 4 categories, yes. Yes, 4, yes, correct. 4 categories are there. The machine world adala hetu thiyena, causes. That everything I can't explain, I can't describe, please, you know, try to learn. Causes related to machines. And keep a queue of them, several if I mention, not covering, guarding dangerous parts at all. Okay, the machines are no good dangerous, fan carrying the pulwan, no good pull chain pulwan, no good Halati pulwan, no good there. So they have cover Kalatian. Because the Minister Gatapa within the pulwan, Ponda within the pulwan, no, so not covering. Are they not covering dangerous parts proper? Machine defects. Machine no defects in Sa Anatorian. The Wahane break Harina, Harita Melanaka, Anatorian. You know, if there are brake defects, you know, in case of a vehicle, then it is possible to occur accidents. Then no proper repairing, operating machines at very high speed. And then causes related to humans. The Godak Balapuam studies, according to studies, many causes are related to humans. Minisunda Samband. Accidents way. Please understand that according to research studies, you know, many accidents occur because of bad human behavior, bad human attitude. Right, poor health. The health take a little namity as pain, pain, no good to gilla, switch no accidents vegetable. Lack of training, lack of competence, lack of right attitude and discipline, fatigue, it can adhika ways. Negligence, nosalagil, anxiety, utsukabai, monotony, mandotsahibai, lack of self-confidence. Through Agadeva, like so, Atma Viswas Agne, Amkimation, Akaran, Bayai, no good teva, I'm available. Without a frustration, intoxication can ඒ කියන්නේ බීමත්ව සිටින්න පුළුවන්. boredom කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? boredom කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ එපා වීම වගේ. boredom yes. එපා වෙනවා yes. monotony කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකාකාරීත්වය yes. ඒකාකාරීත්වය. එකම දේ නැවත නැවත කිරීමේ නැති වෙන්නේ. right. දැන් anxiety වල තව සිංහල වචන තමයි චින්තා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකත් නිකන් ව්‍යාකූල තත්ත්වයක්. යමක් දැනගන්න යමක් මේවා කරගන්න නිකන් අමුතු ඕනෑමට වඩා උනන්දුවක් නිකන් අධික ලෙස ඇති වෙනවා. anxiety. That is also an inconvenient situation psychologically. Okay, then causes related to work environments, inappropriate layout and location, inappropriate ventilation, inadequate space for movement. යාට මට යන්න ස්පේස් එක නැහැ. ඒ වදිනවා මේ වදිනවා ලාක්‍ය වල වදිනවා කණ්ණාඩි වල වදිනවා උඩු වල වදිනවා. Inadequate space for movement. Okay, so likewise, too much policing of the floor. Onarada police kala dipama isala, slippery. Then the floor becomes slippery. Then there's a possibility of falling. Then cabinets, drawers, windows being kept open. Then gedaradit em vela thi samara ay golu pelile. Janelle arala thin. Em nata lokke ka dala ara janelle ke mokadda. Janelle wahana soibe. Eka dala තියෙනවා. එතකොට දැන් වදිනකොට තව සැර වැඩි ඊට පස්සේ. දැන් ඒක ලොක් කරන්නේ නැතුව තියෙනකොට ඕපන් කරලා තියෙනකොට අඩුයි වදිනකොට. දැන් අරක ලොක් කරලා තියෙනකොට තවත් සැර වැඩි. Cabinets, drawers, windows, etc. Right. Then getting the floor wet unnecessary due to water, sharp, oily substance. Then විශේෂයෙන්ම දැන් tile floor එකක් තියෙනකොට වතුර වැටෙන ගමන් ලිස්සන්න පුළුවන්. Miscellaneous causes. විවිධ හේතු තව තියෙනවා. Weak housekeeping, දුර්වල ගෘහ පාලනය, excessive noise, අධික ශබ්දය, the leaking of electric wires, විදුලි කම්බි කාන්දු, unsafe storage, අනාරක්ෂිත ගබඩා කිරීම, congestion, තදබද වීම, overloading, අධික ලෙස බර පැටවීම, improper safety devices, ප්‍රමාණවත් නොවන ආරක්ෂක උපකරණ භාවිතය, poor supervision, දුර්වල අධීක්ෂණය, then working continuously for a long time, දිග කාලයක් එක දිගට වැඩ කිරීම. Okay, so you can see, a big list has been given as causes of occupational accidents. So indeed, we have to remove these things in order to avoid accidents. Right. Okay, so then a careful analysis of these causes reveals that most of the causes are preventable. ඒකන වළක්වන්න පුළුවන්. සියුම් පරීක්ෂාවක් කරොත් එහෙම හේතුකාරක පිළිබඳ අනාවරණය වෙන දෙයක් තමයි බොහෝ හේතුකාරක වළක්වන්න පුළුවන්. Preventable. We can prevent. We can stop occurring them. We can control them. The removing causes of accidents is the ideal solution for preventing accidents at workplace. Okay, I hope you understood. Right. The strategies for prevention of occupational accidents. So I will discuss later. Right. Now, some research studies findings. Scholars, psychologists, and professionals, experts have done various researches. Certain broad conclusions. Pulul, yam pulul nigamaniyan වලට එළඹිලා තියෙනවා. So ඒ නිගමන කීපයක් තමයි මේ. According to Professor Memoria, right. Young, untrained, and new employees generally sustain injuries more frequently than older, trained, and experienced employees. ඒ කියන්නේ young අය අතින් අනතුරු සිදු වන ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි. Older අය අතින් සිදු වන ප්‍රමාණයට වඩා. So inexperienced employees make a higher number of accidents. Right. Then those addicted to alcoholism and drugs Those who suffer from boredom and fatigue or indulge in exhibitionism generally account for a higher rate of accidents. There are exhibit boredom and fatigue, suffer when it was alcoholism, drugs, who can addicted, I think accidents very. The way the solutions so strategies so you can think now. Level best, we should not take people who are addicted to alcoholism and drugs as employees. Employees then we can prevent, we can minimize the occurrence of accidents. So here, experienced employees. Then we have to train people. The way the management motivates employees affects the rate and frequency of accidents. The tensions which aggressive and negative supervisors generate among the employees also tend to increase this rate and frequency. If supervisors are aggressive, if they are authoritative, if they really, scold, and if they don't don't treat properly the relevant employees, then those employees, have a more tendency of making accidents. Higher number of accidents. So Kalamana motivates current employees. The rate of accidents and frequency of accidents. Rate per month, how many accidents occur? Then frequency. Okay, within a certain period of time, how many accidents occur? As a percentage, we can show that's rate. Even without a percentage, we can show. That is rate of accidents. Frequency can accident at weekly or monthly or daily or annually, semi-annually, like frequency. Right. Then unmarried employees generally have more accidents than married employees because married employees are more careful. They want to earn money, they want to keep the job, and then because they have more responsibilities. So therefore, married employees have lesser number of accidents. The accidents are more frequent during the night shift. Ratri kali very accidents. Dawal kali divana. Women employees have a better safety record than their male counterparts. This is nothing boilata accidents in Pramana. Workers who work under stress or feel their jobs are threatened or insecure seem to have more accidents than those who do not. Job pilliman tarjana තියෙන job එක පිළිබඳ ආරක්ෂාවක් නැති අන්න ඒ වගේ සේවකයන් නැති වැඩිපුර accidents සිදු වෙනවා. Okay, all right. Then now to occupational diseases. Urtime roga. What is an occupational disease? Of course, there is an ailment. This is, apasutave, roge. That's an ailment that catches an employee due to the reason of performing tasks, duties, and responsibilities of his or her job. So therefore, occupational diseases catches the employees because of performing jobs. If employees don't perform jobs, they don't get occupational diseases. Therefore, because of the jobs, because of performing duties, tasks, responsibilities of the job, these diseases, catch the employees. They are called industrial diseases. Yes, or right. It may be that employees suffer from various occupational diseases because materials, products, byproducts, waste, etc. enter the human body. Again, human body materials, products, byproducts, waste, dust, fumes, water, duma. Right. Now, categories of occupational diseases according to Professor Schul and Professor Youngblood. Skin diseases, dust diseases of lungs, lungs. Okay, right. Then respiratory diseases due to toxic agents. Toxic again. විසසහිත කාරකය විස කාරකයන් නිසා හුස්ම ගැනීමේ අපහසුතාව. Respiratory diseases. Then poisoning, physical disorders, trauma disorders. Trauma කියලා කියන්නේ නිකන් කපාට ෂොක් වෙලා නිකන් trauma කියන්නේ අර සීනත් වෙන්නේ. Right. All other occupational diseases. ඔයගොල්ලෝ හරියටම දැන් මේව ඔක්කොම දැනගන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. You are not supposed to learn all the things, details, because you are not going to be medical doctors or 11 occupational specialists. Here, as a topic under human resource management, that course, you are learning. But anyway, certain things, you should learn. Occupational asthma is a major disease in Sri Lanka. ඒකයි අදුම කියන එක ප්‍රධාන disease එකක් ලංකාවේ. Right. The නොයිකුස් hazards තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මොනවද කියන්නේ මේ දැන් සේවක සෞඛ්‍ය පිරිහීමට ඉවහල් වෙන සෞඛ්‍ය උපද්‍රව. ඒවා වර්ග 4ක් තියෙනවා. So there are 4 categories, which we can perceive as causes of diseases at work. First one, chemical causes. රසායනික හේතු. By inhaling dust, fumes, gases, poison, toxic means lead. Lead කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවද? Lead කියලා කියන්නේ ඔය මොකක්ද ඒකට කියන්නේ? EM, right? EM in Sinhala. So they may enter the human body and may cause acute diseases, especially respiratory diseases. හෘදය වස්තුවට සම්බන්ධ, related to the heart, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling difficulties. Because of corona also we get that, that. So it may result in even death. Yes. Chemical substances such as, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, acetic acid, fumaric acid, and tannic acid, etc. All these. So please read. You don't need to memorize all these things, not needed. But some examples, try to learn, and because these are useful. One day you have to work, definitely in future. Therefore, knowledge of these things is very useful for you to protect your health and also ensure your safety. The inhalation of these chemical substances. ඒවා උස්ම කියන්නේ පෙනාල් වලට ගියාට පස්සේ මොකද skin diseases, poisoning, heart diseases, වගේ වමනේ ද සාමාන්‍ය vomiting, abhorrence, stomach ache, ඒ කියන්නේ නිකම් පිළිකුල් නිකම් එක නොයෙකුත් දේවල්. බඩ දැඟලීම වගේ, yes. පිළිකුල. Now, the second one, biological causes. Biological. Jaiva karak. Bacteria, funguses. The bacteria, the funguses can dilire, insects, chromids, and viruses. Of course, the most popular, most dangerous virus now, that is corona. COVID-19, HIV infection, some examples, in commercial sex workers, then hepatitis B infection among medical and nursing personnel. There are certain, professional diseases exclusively for certain jobs. Right. Then physical causes. Bhaudika sadhana, excessive noise, adhika sabde, vibration, company, heat, tape, radiation, vikrani, lack of proper ventilation, pramanat vataste natibi, lighting, pramanat aloke, evage deva, warmness, ushnat, evage deva, pramanat par natibi. They are considered as physical hazards. Okay, then temporary or permanent deafness, andaba, irritability can nourish adhika kalabalavim kenti, aggressiveness. So these are some examples. Resultant diseases. Okay, samanya noise level like decibels. If the noise level is above 80 decibels, it has been observed that an employee may suffer substantial damage. Right. Okay, then so you can get the video. So I will upload that. Then fourth one, psychological causes, manasika, boredom, monotony, frustration, fear, and shock. Okay, right. Then employees who work in manufacturing injuries are more exposed to occupational diseases. You can understand why. Because, higher use of chemicals and all this. Noise, higher noise in manufacturing. Right. So also, not only manufacturing employees who work in offices, they are subject to or vulnerable to various occupational diseases, unfortunately. Manager employees as well as non-manager employees who work in service industries, which are growing, may suffer from various occupational diseases. Kalamana karuwanta pawa. Kalamana karuwanta noikudle daitwen occupational disease. Who are working in service industries. There's something called kusi office job. Office office kusi office job. But because of this also, there are problems. There are problems. You can see here, varicose veins, bad bags, deteriorating eyesight, migraine headaches. Iruarade, deteriorating eyesight, aspenoma, and hypertension, atinusum gati, again, ivasan nati gati, coronary heart disorders. So likewise, the digestive problems, jirane tada. Jirane, you know that, no? Right. The causes of office diseases. So these are the causes. Too much noise, interior air pollutants, such as cigarette smoke, chemical fumes, then uncomfortable chairs, poor office design, chemically treated papers, like, carbon sheets, new office technology, such as video display, terminals, even computers, even fonts. So they may suffer, the existence of these things, may result in that employees suffer from cancer. Okay, all right. Then low quality of work life. Third hazard for employee health and safety. Low quality of work life. Pahala rakia jivite gunattu. Quality of work life. What does it mean? The degree to which employee expectations are met by the job and the job environment. Again, rakia jivite gunattu kila kena මොකක්ද? රැකියාව නිසා, රැකියා පරිසරය නිසා සේවාදායක අපේක්ෂා ඉටු වෙන ප්‍රමාණය. The degree to which employee expectations are met. If employee expectations are met by the job and the job environment, at a high level, then there is high quality of work life. But as a hazard, it is low quality of work life. So it includes the level of well-being, ජීවන මට්ටම, enjoyed by employees. ඒ කියන්නේ සේවාදායකයා භුක්ති විඳින සුබ සාධන මට්ටම, level of well-being, by fulfilling their expectations related to the job. රැකියාවට අදාළ අපේක්ෂා ඉටු වීම අනුව. So what are the employee expectations? I hope you can understand. The expectations, some examples. Employee expectation and interest with regard to jobs. To a lesser extent, to a higher extent, all the employees have these things. What are they? Sense of responsibility. There are employees who want to be responsible. If they are not responsible, they feel unhappy. Psychologically, they become ill. There might be employees, who don't want to get responsibility. Then the challenge, abhiyogi, meaningfulness, arthavat bhav. The රැකියාවේ අර්ථය අඩුවෙන් සේවකයාගේ මානසික තත්ත්වය පල්ලෙහාට යනවා. We know when meaningfulness goes down, the mental health of the employee goes down. Then self-control. හැම දෙයක්ම අනිත් අය පාලනය කරනවා නම් Tamanට කිසිම දෙයක් පාලනය කරන්න බැරි නම් Tamanට ඇති වෙන පහත් රැකියා ගුණත්වය. Self-control, the recognition, පිළිගැනීම, achievement, නොයෙකුත් දේවල් ළඟා කර ගැනීම, fairness or justice, සාධාරණත්වය, security, the permanency of the job. The job එකත් permanent නොවනකොට සමහර අයට මානසික වශයෙන් ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක්. If the job is not permanent, especially regarding temporary employees, casual employees, they are mentally not fit. Fair pay, සාධාරණ වෙටුපක් නැති කර. ඒවා ගැන කතා කරලා තියෙනවා පොඩ්ඩක්. Fair pay and participation in decision making. සමහර අයට ඕනේ සහභාගී වෙන්න, තීරණ ගැනීම. ඒවා නැති වෙනකොට ප්‍රශ්න. Right, then the feedback ප්‍රතිපෝෂණ. Okay, so these are employee expectations. I'm not telling that every employee expects all these things, in a high extent. ඉහළම ප්‍රමාණයකින් සියලුම සේවාදායකෝ මේ කියන ඒවා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා කියලා කියන්න බෑ. Some expect, some maybe some employees expect several, some employees expect all to a high extent. Okay, now 6 causes of low quality of work life. Low quality of work life ඇති වෙන්න බලපාන හේතු 6. Poor job design. දුර්වල රැකියා නිර්මාණ. So I taught you job design. So therefore I'm not going to detail. I hope you can understand. Poor job design. Jobs have been designed so that they are with low significance, variety, identity, autonomy, and feedback. These have been taught by me. So I hope, if you can't understand this, please, read now, start. And poor job design. Then the low employee involvement. Employees are not allowed to, take decisions which affect their lives. ඔවුන්ගේ ජීවිතවලට බලපාන තීරණ ගැනීමේදී සේවකයන්ට ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලන්ට අවුකම් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. The managers, when managers do not listen to them, then ineffective pay systems. මතකනේ absolute, can you remember absolute equity, internal relative equity, external relative equity? If they are missing, then pay systems are ineffective, then a lot of problems. Can you remember Professor Lawler's model of pay consequences? Consequences of pay dissatisfaction. I gave you a figure to study that shows the consequences of pay dissatisfaction. Right, then unfulfilled expectations like supervisors, job descriptions, organization policies that fail to convey to the employee what is expected and what is rewarded. සේවකයා මොනවාද බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ, සේවකයාට මොනවාද දෙන්නේ, ඒ වෙන වැඩ කිරීම වෙනුවට ඒවා සම්බන්ධ තොරතුරු දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Supervisors, job descriptions, organization policies, they fail. Discriminating practices, එක එක්කෙනාට එක එක විදිහට සලකනවා. Discriminating. Then lack of job security, රැකියාව ස්ථිරභාවය නැතිකම. These are 6 causes for low quality of work life. Now occupational stress, the 4th hazard. So what is this stress? That is general term applied to the pressures people feel in life. එකන ජීවිතේ පුද්ගලයෝ මුහුණ දෙන පීඩනයන්ට තමයි අපි ඒ පීඩනයන්ට යොදන සාමාන්‍ය වචනේ පාරිභාෂික වචනේ තමයි stress කියලා කියන්නේ. That's a technical term. ආයාසය ආතතිය කියලා සිංහලෙන් කියනවා. දැන් ඔයගලන්ට විභාග නිසා විභාග බිය නිසා වැඩ නිසා ආතතියක් එන්න පුළුවන්. Because of exam, because of studying, you may get a stress. That is academic stress. Adhyana atati. So likewise, it is possible for employees to have job stress, occupational stress, because of the organization, organizational pressures, organizational demands. Okay, then the stress is with regard to organizational environment. That's why it's called organizational stress. The stress then corona is stress. Stress by corona. Stress by corona. Right. Then stress may lead to that the employee suffers from fatigue. The stress unfortunately. Ways, fatigue, then hypertension. Mechanic in kipena sulugati, hypertension. Then headache, conflicts with others, high blood pressure, losing weight, unrest, impatient. Right, following reasons, they are the reasons for occupational stress. There may be other reasons also, but several reasons, all the reasons I can't mention, I can't talk, but I have mentioned certain reasons. So these are the reasons. Lack of time to perform entrusted tasks and duties. You will get stress. Lack of time to perform entrusted tasks and duties. Lack of competence to perform duties. So assume you have a problem of English, you have a problem of mathematics, mathematical skills, in order to understand some posts, or even management skills. So if you lack, then you will have a stress. The role ambiguity කියලා කියන්නේ කලයුතු භූමිකාව පැහැදිලි නැහැ. The role that the employee has to perform is not clear to the employee. There's no proper job description. On the rakia vistaryak ne. Role ambiguity. Then role conflict. Get to met samara duties, all duties sort of attain. Role conflict. අපි තමකෝ එක ප්‍රධානියෙක් එක විධානයක් දෙනවා, නව ප්‍රධානයෙක් ඊට වඩා වෙනස් විධානයක්. මේ වැඩේ කරන්න කියලා කියනවා, තව එක්කෙනෙක් කියනවා මේ වැඩේ කරන්න එපා. Then role conflict. The බොරු කියන එක වැරදි කියලා කියනවා. නමුත් සමහර කටයුතු කරගෙන යනකොට බොරු කියන්නේ සිද්ධ වෙනවා. Role conflict. Okay, so you are not supposed to tell lies, but when performing certain duties, you will have to tell lies. And there's a role conflict. Poor supervision, job dissatisfaction, lack of job security, perception that pays are unfair. Again, where to අසාධාරණයි කියලා තියෙන හැඟීම් සංජානන. Then having superior who expects from subordinates responsibility that is more than the delegated authority. ඒ කියන්නේ පවරලා තියෙන අධිකාරීත්වයට වඩා වැඩි වගකීමක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. වැඩි වගකීමක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. දැන් උදාහරණයක් අපි හිතමු මට උගන්වන්න තියෙනවා දැන් ඔයගලන්ට. ඒතකොට දැන් හැම කෙනෙක්ම විභාගයෙන් පාස් වෙයි කියලා බලාපොරොත්තු. මගෙන් බලාපොරොත්තු වුණොත් එහෙම රජේ that is a responsibility which is more than, because there are certain reasons that I can't control. I can teach like this. I can give videos of this nature. I can give notes of this nature. But if you don't study, if you don't participate in lectures, those things, I can't control. I'm not supposed to be responsible for such things. ඒ වගේම ආයතනයක් ගත්තාම අපි හිතමුකෝ යතුරු ආයතන යතුරු භාරව දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නේ. ඉතින් එක්කෙනෙක් ඒ කියන්නේ සමහර යතුරු නැහැ භාරව නැහැ. ඒතකොට නමුත් ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් ඒ ගබඩා සම්බන්ධයෙන් ඒ බිල්ඩින් සම්බන්ධයෙන් ඔයා කියන්නේ. That is more responsible. It is more than the delegated authority. Poor team functioning. Lack of privacy when it is needed. ඒ කියන්නේ පුද්ගලිකත්වයක් නැහැ සමහර අයට. ඒකවලත් ආතතියක් ඇති. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගැන හිතන්න ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන් කාමරවල දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ වැට වෙනමම වෙන්වුණු කාමරයක් තියෙනවා. Privacy. Lack of privacy when it is needed. Then lack of control over privacy. දැන් මේ පුද්ගලිකත්වය වෙනින් පාලනයක් නැති. පුද්ගලිකත්වය පිළිබඳ පාලනයක් තමාට නොමැති විට අන්න ඒ කියන්නේ රැකියා ස්ථානයේ හෝ උපකරණ තමාගේ කියලා තමන්ට සලකන්න බැරි නම්, for example, ability to personalize a workplace by moving a desk or chairs or even hanging a picture. දැන් තමන්ට ඕන picture එකක් අලවන්න බෑ ආයතන. එල්ලන්න බෑ. Then lack of control over privacy. Then you can have a stress. Right. When an organizational change happens, then නොයෙකුත් වෙනස්කම් සිද්ධ වෙනකොට අලුත් යන්ත්‍ර සූත්‍ර ගේනකොට දැන් ඒවට වැඩ කරන්න වෙනවා. එතකොටත් ආතතිය නැති වෙනවා. Right. And when the employee is required to do new duties without giving a proper training. Yes. Okay, all right. So far now, the first step of health and safety management, that is to get an understanding about health hazards and causes for health hazards. Mainly there are 4: occupational accidents, occupational diseases, low quality of work life, and organizational stress. Okay, now the second step, strategies for improving health and safety. Strategies. Right. Strategies for preventing, minimizing occupational accidents. Accidents වළක්වා ගැනීම උපක්‍රම. The first one, environmental design. ඒ කියන්නේ සංවිධාන පරිසරය හොඳින් සකස් කරගන්න, නිර්මාණය කරගන්න. accident නැති නොවන accident ඒ කියන්නේ වැළැක්වීමට අවම කිරීමට ඉවහල් වන පරිසර නිර්මාණය, environmental design. Of course, this is, designing the work environment to make accidents difficult is perhaps the best way to prevent accidents and improve safety. Okay, now what are the measures or actions that can be taken in designing the work environment? Guarding of each part of machines. අන්තරාදායක හැම කොටසක්ම machine වල ආවරණය කිරීම. Then providing safety goggles, spectacles for protecting, again glasses. Then requiring to wear safety helmets. Then providing hand gloves, masks, safety footwear, ear covers. Again, khana wasa ganna dene. Then installing handrails or handrails or guardrails on staircases and high places. the ඉහළ ස්ථානවල පඩිපෙළවල hand trails and guard trails. Then installing fire extinguishers for protection from fire. ඉන්දරෙන් වළක්වා ගැනීමේ අදාළ උපකරණ සවිකිරීම. Use of self-corrective mechanisms. ඒ කියන්නේ යම් ස්ථානවල ස්වයං නිරවද්‍ය machines සකස් කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ උෂ්ණත්වය වැඩි නම් ඒක දැනුම් දෙනවා. Like the ventilation, if there is no proper ventilation, then that machine shows it. Something like if the sound is too much, then the machine shows it. Installing and maintaining warning lights. Use of automatic shut-off due to lightning. Automatic shut-offs. Then installation of material handling equipment for lifting or carrying heavy loads which may cause injuries. Cross ladders, various ladders are there, and even small vehicles are there to carry, so they can be provided. Okay, now look at this one. Some pictures taken from the organization site safety rules. So you can see, here this is an employee who is supposed to work in the safe way, by wearing these things. Ear defenders, they must be worn. Then high-vis clothing must be, highly visible. High-vis means highly visible. Clothing must be worn. Then hand protection must be worn. The safety helmets must be worn. And eye protection, the glass goggle must be worn. The lace safety boots must be worn. Boots. Some signs, sight speed is this much. There's another strategy. No children or unauthorized persons are allowed. Another strategy of preventing accidents, because these, children, they are not trained for safety and all. They don't know. Even unauthorized persons, outside people, they don't know the places of dangers, machines which are dangerous. And all drivers and visitors must report to the site office. So these are some strategies practically some organizations follow. Right, then maintenance. That's another important strategy for preventing accidents or minimizing the number of accidents. To repair and maintain machines, equipment building. Okay, then aisles and ways must be kept open and cleaned properly, so that employees can move safely. Aisles, passage between rows of seats in a building. Walk way, path lane, path lane, so they can move safely and equipment and tools are moved. Right. May protruding or protruding. So okay, you can pronounce. You may pronounce in a different way. Protruding. Protruding, extending beyond or above the surface. A project, projecting, or standing out. Some style, stand out. Right, then floor cleaning is a very, very important. Floor cleaning. You can boomia, you can beam a pirisudu kiri. Floor should not be wet, unnecessary due to water, sharp, oily substance. Then the carpets covering the floor. The floor should not be polished overly. Samara owner to vada polish. Right, then continuous inspection, you can akanda pariksha. Daily daily we can do that before we start working. Before using machines, equipment and tools for daily use, they need to be checked careful in order to ensure that they are in proper state. Necessary oil, the power, the equipment, all this. This checking need to be done continuously or regularly. Electric cables, wires, we have to check them, whether there is any leakage. The job redesign. The make vision, the Manasika Prashna Nisa, the boredom, monotony, accident into because of then job redesign. The safety training and education, the make this a very, very important thing. Almost all the organizations will have to do this one. Safety training and education. Special training, special education with regard to safety management will have to be given to all the workers, relevant workers. Then the right knowledge, skills and attitude of safety, hopefully the relevant employees will be able to get right knowledge, skills and attitude. Workplace safety. Focus 4 SIs, mainly falls, struck by, then the electrocution, and caught in or between two instruments or two places or even windows. Some examples. Okay, all right, I hope you can understand. Then safety committees, another strategy. Committee management, consisting of relevant representatives, from management and also from non-management. If there are unions, then union representation can be allowed. Of course, these committee members, they should meet regularly and develop and implement programs of improving safety. Then safety discipline, Vinay, Arakshaka Vinay. Discipline is a very, very important thing. So you can remember I delivered a separate lecture on discipline management. So therefore, there must be rules of safety. And also if they are broken, there must be punishments, sanctions, disciplinary actions. So therefore, strict adherence to disciplinary rules of safety is a must. Is a must. So when employees, violate safety rules, then we can apply corrective discipline. Niravadya Vinaya apply karana pulva. Work serious seva sambandhe, serious misconduct sambandhe Niravadya Vinaya, Avashikarana bank. Human attack, assume, an employee, attacks certain people, 2 or 3 employees, and resulting in serious physical damages, also mental damages, also property damages. And then we can't apply, corrective discipline. Corrective discipline can be applied only for minor offenses. For major, very serious offenses, we can't apply corrective discipline. then immediately there may be a need of, for corrective discipline, for serious misconducts, dismissal, demotions, right? Okay, then safety motivational programs. Motivational then. Then මේ ආරක්ෂාව පිළිබඳ නීති රීති විනය දානවා වගේම තව පැත්තකින් ඒගොල්ලෝ මොටිවේට් කරන්න, උනන්දු කරන්න, රිවෝඩ්ස් දෙන්න පුළුවන්, ප්‍රතිදාන. නීති රීති කැඩුවොත් දඬුවම් දෙනවා වගේ. ඒවා හොඳින් රැකලා වැඩ කටයුතු කරන්න, සේෆ්ටි අඩු කරන්න, අනතුරු අඩු කරන්න ක්‍රියා කරන අයට ප්‍රතිදාන නොයෙකුත් financial and non-financial rewards can be given to employees, who do not violate rules of safety and who do not, make accidents happen. The lowest rates of accidents, we can, we can choose the departments which have the lowest rates of accidents. We can select the best employee in terms of safety, or employees in terms of safety. Then financial rewards, even non-financial rewards like leave, we can give. Praises, safety campaigns, we can start. So look at this picture. An example of what? Example of what? Safety motivational program. Publicly, the relevant employees can be called and then can be given the gifts. Then economics arm. This, these are very serious one. Economics. It's not economics. Economics. This is a way of altering the work environment and improving safety to make the job itself more comfortable and less, fatiguing. Fatigue කියන්නේ අධික වේස. Fatiguing or fatiguing, ing. It can less fatigue, lesser amount of fatigue, lesser amount of uncomfort. අනේ ඒ වගේ දේවල් අපහසුතාවය අඩු කරන්න, ආසුව වැඩි කරන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙන විදිහට වැඩ පරිසරය වෙනස් කරනවා. Way of altering the work environment and improving safety. So in fact, we are giving certain things which are employee friendly. The employee නොයෙකුත් සීමාවන් තියෙනවනේ. The employee has various physical and psychological limitations. The යමක් උස්සන්න ගියපාම ඉස්සන ප්‍රමාණයක් තියෙනවා. සම්බර උස්සන ප්‍රමාණයක් තියෙනවා. ඊට වඩා බෑ කරන්න. ඒ වගේම වැඩ කිරීම කාලේ ගොඩාක් කාලයක් වැඩි කාලයක් ඉස්සන්න බෑ. So there are limitations, human limitations, physically and also mentally. So it involves making changes in the job environment in connection with physical and physiological capabilities and limitations of the employees. It results in creating jobs and job environments that are employee friendly and giving less fatigue and danger. Less fatigue and danger. Okay, examples. Look at an example here. Top of the screen at or slightly below eye level. The shoulders relaxed, forearms and hands in a straight line. The lower back supported. Ergonomics, an example of an ergonomics. The employee is supposed to use a computer, is supposed to, then how to use. The chair, the computer, the table, all are prepared, designed so as to make them friendly, comfortable to the relevant job holder. This is another example. Before, the person has to bend. But here now, no bending. Straight, more straight. Even the back, there's a certain part, not supported by the chair. But here, fully supported. The back is full supported. The shoulder, right. Here, this is another example. Caesar left for economics. Before you can say, the person has to engage in bending, moving up and down, putting the things in order to put these things. But now you can see, there's a helper here. Caesar left. You can see here. Now easy. The job has been made more comfortable. Look at this one. By sitting, by bending, by sitting, the person is working. But now, because of Caesar lift, more comfortable, reducing various, diseases, occupational diseases. Right, now strategies. The time is going, but anyway, strategies for preventing, minimizing occupational diseases. Main strategies I will show you. Removal of health hazards to the possible extent. So you have learned, 4 health hazards: chemical, biological, physical, causes. Chemical, biological, physical. So what is the other one? Can you remember? Chemical causes, biological causes, physical causes, and psychological causes. Yes, psychological. So which I have not mentioned here. Right. They must be removed to possible extent. Okay, right. So I will show you this, so that from the video you can learn. Okay, this one, no employees are permitted to have wheels in the work area. There must be a separate place for that. Then medical examinations on a regular basis, the organization can check health conditions of all employees. If it is happening, employees, will be able to understand that the organization is concerned with the well-being of the employees. Psychologically, also, it is a good thing. It's a key. The physical fitness program, various exercises can be developed and implemented. Okay, right. Then health education. This strategy involves programs designed to develop a capability of improving and maintaining health within the employee by giving knowledge, skills, right attitudes about health management. This is a vast area, but anyway, what is needed can be given. Only what is needed. Okay, look at this one. It's an example. This picture is essential for all. You and I also. Stop the spread of COVID-19. Stay at home, avoid touching, avoid crowded areas. Stay at least 1.5 meters away from people. Then wash your hands. Use alcohol-based sanitizer. Avoid close contact. Then how to do hand washing properly. Hand washing tips. Then taking care of your mental health during COVID-19. Stay connected, maintain a healthy lifestyle, stay positive, stay informed, seek support. Unfortunately, if you get infected, enclose, another strategy. What is this? The process can be enclosed entirely in order to have complete protection of the employee from chemical and physical hazards. Chemicals such as benzene, asbestos, pesticides, are to be totally enclosed during handling, which is either mechanized or automated. Mechanical automated, yes. Look at this one. These are enclosures, examples of enclosures, electronic enclosures. Then you can put various electrical equipment, tools, and all these wires, all these things properly, so that normal people do not get touched. Electronic enclosures. This is an example. You can see here. This is the enclosure. Then now after fixing the enclosure, you can see inside various things. Then we can close it so that people don't get it, don't go there. Only the relevant people go inside. This is another one in a zoo. You can see enclosure in order to even accidents also, animal attack, and also various other diseases. And sound physical working conditions, also very useful for improving health. Proper working conditions first ensure employee health and safety, and then increase organization productivity. The final resource, organization productivity. First, employee health and then safety. So I will show you only one example, cleanliness. Then පිරිසුදු කිරීම ඇති කරන්නේ කොහොමද? Proper physical working conditions. You can see here activities. Remove regularly dust and dirt from all floors, rooms, passages, and staircases. Conceal vimpades, kamara marga, tarapu silum deva, duli, nisipari kramiko ivat kere, duli. Then provide spittoons at convenient and necessary places, clean them properly and regularly. They cannot padikam again. And provide a sufficient number of dustbins for putting dirty things, rubbish into, and clean them properly and regularly. Okay, then remove rats and all. Only one example I'm showing. There can be many, but no need to learn all these things for this classroom purpose. How to do cleaning, some activities. Right. Okay, then record keeping and using record, they're also very important. So we have to keep records, we have to use those records to take various actions to improve employee health and safety. So number of vaccines, these are some measures. Number of vaccines occurred within the year, Number of employees suffered from occupational diseases per year. And avuruddaකට siduna anaturu gaane avurudara siduna diseases kochchara sewakan leda adunada, cost of occupational accidents within the year, direct cost and indirect cost to the possible extent we can calculate. The organization should. Okay. And nothing can be successful unless it is measured. Can you remember? So therefore we have to measure. Then strategies for improving quality of work life. These are strategies. I will show you them. Now the time is okay. Going redesign, job enrichment, allow educatedly workers to participate in making decisions, especially affect them. A lot of strategies are there. The time is not sufficient, and I can explain many things, but by taking each, but I hope the time doesn't permit. Also, no need to memorize all these things. Remember, several things. Ensure job security, ensure fair pay management, establish two-way communication. Some already you have learned, job analysis, induction, all you have learned. There is strategies for minimizing organizational stress. Perform proper job design and introduce alternative work schedules. Ensure career development and give facilities for that. They can have a promotion වගේ දේවල් ඒවා ඇති කරලා ඒකට මිනිස්සු තුළ මානසික වශයෙන් සෞඛ්‍ය වැඩි වෙනවා. Train, of course, train and ensure job security. The fair wages and salaries කියනවා බොහෝ ඒවට බලපාන වෙනවනේ. Fair pay කියන එක. Pay has been mentioned as a strategy for almost all the hazards. It's very important. In performance, delegation of authority. The management delegation of authority. Duties are equivalent to authority, which is equivalent to responsibility. And duties ni sata maapi authority denne authority ඊට පස්සේ responsibility එක සමාන වෙනවා. ඒතකොට මේ විදිහට හරියට දෙන්න ඕන. duties දෙකක් නම් perform කරන්න තියෙන ඒ duties දෙකට අදාළ authority එකයි responsibility එක විතරක් ජනිත කරන්න. පවරන්න. මොනකට වැඩියෙන් හෝ අඩුවෙන් දෙන්න හොඳයි. Giving too much authority is not good. Giving less authority also is not good. Role ambiguity. ඒ කියන්නේ duties responsibilities හරියට specify කරලා job description එක හරියට දෙන්න ඕන. Okay, all right. Then another, please adhere to the following simple steps to prevent COVID-19 in your workplace. I hope in every organization this should be there. In Sinhala. Okay, all right. I think this is enough. And today, I couldn't deal with your questions because of time limitation. Please understand. Okay, right. Yes, quite a number of the students are still with me. So I really appreciate them. Please take care. Please be concerned with your health and safety because you are very important. Okay, dear students, please take care and see you at the next time.